Welcome back to TLC Thursday. My name is Crystal Fuentes, the founder of The Ladies Coach, and also your host and coach for today. This topic might be a controversial one because it may sound like I protest marriage. Don't worry, I don't, and I'm not here to stomp on anyone's dreams of walking down the aisle. However, I'm going to talk about something I believe is more important than marriage and often gets overlooked, like your relationship. I know some of you are going to say, well, Crystal, marriage is about the relationship. And here is where we might differ in opinion. Marriage means legally recognizing the union of a relationship, like business partnerships. In fact, marriage is exactly like a business relationship. When you go into business with someone, you sign a contract indicating the details of that relationship. However, with business deals, both parties usually have a more clear background of who they're going into business with because the details are laid out in plain sight and discussed before merging. Why? Because partnering with someone is a big fucking deal. However, most people who get married sign a government contract with a partner with little to no communication about the details. Why? Because a lot of people I talk to that get married, they get married out of fear. Yes, I said it, fear. Again, this isn't all marriages, but definitely a lot of them. To most, marriage is the ultimate sign of commitment. Marriage makes two individuals one. No, marriage is a contract. The same contract you sign committing yourself to anything, like a mortgage or a business deal. Contracts don't make things certain, they just make it legal. The commitment of a relationship is entirely exclusive to the actual marriage, meaning with or without marriage, the sustainability of your relationship depends on how much you're willing to communicate, grow, adapt, and get over yourself. Now, I know what you must be thinking. Aren't you a relationship coach, Crystal? How can you be against marriage? That's not true. Because I'm a relationship coach, I want people to have flourishing relationships. But what I see too often are couples putting too much emphasis on marriage as if it's the ultimate sign of love and commitment. Marriage is a contract, no different than any other contract. The sustainability factor of relationships are the couples who choose every day to be with each other knowing they can leave at any time. And how do you get to that point? That's a little deeper than this video can cover. But I will tell you this, intimate relationships are the most spiritual of practices. It forces you to think beyond what sounds nice and what feels good in the moment to what's best for us to be a thriving relationship. Again, I'm not against marriages. I just believe we need to get a little bit more clear with our relationships before we turn love into a business contract. So here are some things to think about before getting married. Number one, values, values, values. What do you both value in life? The crazy thing I see are couples who don't know their spouse's core values. You don't have to have the same exact values, but they have to be damn near close. Why? Because values align with your truth. And if you aren't aligned with your truth, how successful of a relationship do you think you're going to have? Number two, sexual needs. What? Yep, I said it. What do you both need intimately out of the relationship? The one thing that separates you both from other relationships is the intimate factor. Yes, so many couples find it taboo to talk about what they desire and what their partner can do to pleasure them. This doesn't mean just sexually. Intimacy is all about how you want to be shown affection, and this is so important to discuss regularly, preferably before getting married. Number three, Emotional needs. When shit hits the fan, what does your partner need? Do you know their communication style? Do you know their love language? Do they know yours? These are all very important to understand because most relationship breakdowns come from the breakdown of communication because we don't know how to communicate to our spouse in their love language. Number 4, roles. What roles will you both take in the relationship? This doesn't mean who will stay at home and who will be the breadwinner. This means knowing your strengths and playing off of each other. Being very clear about what your partner can handle and what you will handle so you both feel like teammates. Number 5, future goals. Are you on the same page about children, family, where to live, money, contribution, and even puppies? That's very important to know. Number 6, deal breakers. What are your deal breakers? It's very important to know your standards in the relationship before saying I do to what could be the worst. You must know each other's boundaries so you don't disrespect each other without knowing it. Number 7, what will happen if you do split up? No one wants to think about this because it's a drag, but you have to be willing to talk about it. Why? Because most people leave relationships hating the person they loved so much. And most of the reason is because they're disappointed, uncertain of their future, and unprepared. Talking about this takes the edge off and creates more freedom so you can choose this relationship even more without staying in it out of fear. Number 8, most importantly, do you like being around each other? So many people put so much emphasis on love when liking each other is more powerful. The couples I see standing the test of time all have something in common. They like being around each other. When you are BFFs with your significant other, it makes going through the hard times much easier. So there you have it, my darlings. I know this video was longer than usual, but I felt it was very important to address. As beautiful as marriage sounds, let's make sure that no matter what, the relationship is what gets the focus so that marriage becomes the added bonus. Does that make sense? I'm sure you have some questions, so make sure you comment below. As always, there are more resources and tools at theladiescoach.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you again. Until next time, mwah!